In this section, we're talking about principles of evolution. So we've got several units in here, as you can see. We'll start with the history of evolutionary concepts. We'll talk about concepts of natural selection and adaptive radiation, major features of plant and animal evolution, concepts of homology and analogy, convergence, extinction, balanced polymorphisms, and genetic drift, classification of living organisms, and the evolutionary history of humans. In the history of evolutionary concepts, we'll talk about evolution, Carolus Linnaeus and Lamarck, who were scientists that contributed to our understanding of evolution. Then we'll talk about natural selection with Mr. Darwin and the modern synthesis. We'll get into adaptive radiation, where we'll talk about adaptations, species, and resource partitioning. Then we'll move into features of plant and animal evolution. We'll talk about each of those in turn, and then we'll also talk about species explosions over time. We'll talk about concepts of homology and analogy. We'll talk about both of them. What do those things mean, and examples of both of them. In convergence, extinction, balanced polymorphisms, and genetic drift, with that unit we'll talk about convergence, extinction, balanced polymorphisms, and genetic drift in detail. And when we get to the classification of living organisms, we'll discuss taxonomy, taxa, domains. I'll give you an example of classifying a particular organism, the domestic cat. We'll talk about eukaryote kingdoms and particular animal phyla. And we'll finish this section with the evolutionary history of humans. We'll do the order primates, the great apes, hominid fossils, and the locations of where we found some of these fossils.